it's an easier question to ask than to answer. And the reason is you've got a phased approach for reopening the economy is what we've been asked to do in the guidelines that the president gave us yesterday. But before you can ever get to phase one, there are some thresholds that you're supposed to meet. And you really are measuring certain things like hospital capacity, case growth, and other things over a 14-day period. And 14 days was picked because that's sort of the natural cycle of COVID-19 when most people are exposed to it. What I can tell you right now, Will, is we don't meet the threshold requirements, although we're moving in that direction, but we don't have 14 days where all of those metrics have moved in the right direction. I think that by the time we get to May the 1st, we will be in that situation. It really depends on what people do between now and then, and more, I guess, with more precision, what people don't do. Because if people will stay at home and not interact with others, if they will continue to make sure that they're social distancing and so forth, we're going to keep the case growth on the current trajectory, which is flat, and hopefully it's going to start coming down pretty soon. We will meet those metrics, and then we're going to be able to move forward with reopening the economy. Now, when we do that, it won't look like flipping a light switch and everything goes back to the way it was a couple of months ago. It's going to look very different, and we're going to require individuals who are wanting to re-engage to do certain things that just make sense. We're going to maintain the social distancing for a while. You're going to see a lot more individuals who are wearing masks. You go to a grocery store, the cashier likely to have a mask on, people stocking the shelves, people cleaning the floors. The next time you go to a restaurant and you're having dine-in service, your waiter or your waitress is going to have a mask on and those sorts of things, and there won't be a table as close to you as you would ordinarily expect. I mean, this is just sort of the new normal as we transition back towards opening our economy. But I can't tell you today exactly when that's going to happen, because the key things that you have to have in place to give confidence to the health community, those professionals like Dr. Alex Biu, who's normally with me, who's leading our effort for the state, and Dr. Jimmy Guidry, is you've got to have testing in a robust way, and you've got to have contact tracing capacity in a very robust way, because you've got to continuously monitor for spikes in case growth, and then you got to isolate those individuals and isolate the people they came into contact with in order to keep that down, and that allows you to continue to open up your economy and be successful at it. So we have a lot of work to do, and we're working hard right now. Some of the guidelines actually pointed us to guidance from other federal agencies like the CDC, like CMS, for example, and that guidance is coming out, some of it perhaps today and over the coming days, and we're going to be looking at that as it becomes available, and then using our best judgment too, because this is not a one-size-fits-all. You know, we're still the state with the third highest number of cases per capita. And when you hear the president and Dr. Birx and the vice president talk about hotspots, they always mention New Orleans. And so we have to be very careful, and we know that we have a problem across the state. It's not just in New Orleans and Jefferson Parish. It's all across the state. But we have a significant issue with COVID in Louisiana, and so things won't happen as fast here as they might happen in Idaho or Utah, and that's for good reason. We're just not in the same place.